Have you ever had a large get-together and no idea for hors d'oeuvres? Today I have just the solution for you. We're going to make some super good, delicious cheese dip. This dish has been in my family for years and continues to provide as a delicious pre-entree snack. Before you start cooking, you must make sure you have all the materials necessary. First, you'll need Velveeta cheese. Make sure it's Velveeta cheese because one time we just used normal block cheddar. It tasted awful. I mean, it was so bad that even the dog wouldn't eat it. Next, you're going to need a crock pot. This is so the dip cooks slowly and equally. It also makes it portable and easy to reheat. Now you're going to need some sausage. Now the sausage isn't quite as temperamental as the other things. You don't need a specific brand and you don't need a specific type. Now today for this demonstration, we're going to be using mild sausage. If it was my choice, we'd use spicy sausage. But my mom does not quite appreciate spicy as much as I do. Okay, now we're going to get this cream of mushroom soup. Now this is what really makes this dip pop. This is what makes it different from all those ordinary, boring dips. Not only does it add a special, different flavor, but it also makes the cheese very creamy and soft. Now you're going to need a cutting board so you can cut the cheese. But let's hope you don't cut the cheese while making this dish! Now you're going to have a knife to cut the cheese with. Now we're going to get a skillet to cook the sausage and pack in all that flavor. A spatula so you can break up the sausage and make sure it cooks evenly. A colander and tortilla chips. Now we can start our cooking process. The first step is to plug it in, which I already have. And now we're going to turn the switch onto high. You can either put it on low or high, but it takes less time on high. With that said though, you have to be more careful. You could burn the cheese, and no one likes burnt cheese, but we like to take this risk because this cheese dip is so good that you will want it as fast as possible. Now you will take out your cutting board, knife, and Velveeta cheese. Put the cheese onto the cutting board. We like to cut the cheese into cubes. The way we like to do it is we like to cut the cheese into 1/4 of an inch slices. From here, we would like to dice these slices into cubes. As you can see, we cut it into 3. Now from here, we're going to cut it into 3 once more, just the other direction. This ends up for 9 slices per cube. You don't have to be quite this exact, just this is the way we like to do it, and we definitely always do it this way. Cube size is vital. For example, one time we were going to this party, and we had to bring a little bit of a meal, so we decided we'd make this delicious cheese dip. Now we were expecting to only take about, 20 minutes to cook, but we cut the cheese slices too large. So instead of being perfect size like this, they were bigger. And then they ended up taking forever. It ended up taking 40 minutes to cook. It was absolutely ridiculous. Finally, we made it to the party, and luckily, the amazing taste of our delicious cheese dip made up for our time discrepancy. Now we're going to put our cheese into the crock pot. Now get your cream of mushroom soup and open it. Now you're going to get your spoon. You will put it into the cream of mushroom soup and you will just scoop out a big chunk of it. You will throw it into the crock pot and repeat this step a few times. You will have to have plenty of it, so make sure you put a lot of it in there. While that is simmering, put your burner on the medium-high. Now, you will put your skillet on top of the burner that is active. You will then get your sausage. It is pre-cut, so I will not have to cut it, and just put the sausage inside of the skillet. As you can see, it might be a little tough, but just keep trying and you'll get it out. Now you're going to get your spatula. you want to start mixing up your sausage. You want it to turn a fine brown color. If it's red or pink, that is not good. I might not be a doctor, but I sure do know salmonella is not good for your health. Okay, now that the meat's all brown, we're going to want to drain all the fat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the spatula and I'm going to scoop all the meat into the colander. Just keep doing it until all the meat is in there. Now, I have a garbage disposal, so I'm doing all this meat, so I'm putting the meat into the colander over a garbage disposal. But if you don't have a garbage disposal, do it over a bowl. Because if you do it over your sink and it doesn't have a garbage disposal, it'll ruin all your plumbing, and that will not be good. Now, after you've drained all the fat, make sure you put the sausage into the crock pot. I already have this step completed. Now, once you put the meat in, you want to make sure that you stir it properly. You want to make sure all ingredients are mixed very well. If they aren't, it will not taste the same, and it will get all chunky and not delicious, because we're trying to make delicious cheese sauce! Now you want to put the lid on top of the crock pot. From here, you just want to stir occasionally until it's melted. Once it's melted, it should take about 20 minutes, and you'll be all set. It'll be ready, and next you have to move on to your dinner prep set. Now, you want to turn the crock pot off and prepare the beautiful dips. Beautiful presentation. The top off the crock pot and get a big, nice scoop of the cheese dip. Now, I'm just going to put it in my nice bowl that I have fully set up, right here. Oh yeah. And I'm going to maybe do one more scoop because I didn't get quite that much as I was expecting. I'm making a mess, but this is cooking. And now, I'm going to add some chips in my other bowl to preheat. Simply put the cheese back into the crock pot and turn it on low. Now you know how to make super delicious, awesome cheese dip. Simply gather materials, prepare the components, and then cook. Next time you're at a dinner, a potluck party, or just a special day to cook something, remember this recipe. Yum.